Daemon. Level 20 upgrade. I'm going to start off by replacing the LEDs that I have for Daemon's ground effects. I love these LEDs, however they need 12 volts to operate properly. Right now I only have them operating off a 9-volt battery, which isn't enough obviously. They do have 12-volt batteries, however they're rather pricey. I'm going to be replacing them with these LEDs. They only need 3 volts and they're much brighter. 3 volts equals to 2 AA's. So I can go ahead and switch that out, have the case completely closed instead of modified, and it'll be brighter. Plus I can put the LEDs wherever I want to. So let's begin. It's time to start removing the old ones. I went ahead and I removed the battery. Now it's time to remove the battery pack. With that out of the picture, it's time to take out the old LEDs. Now it's time for the switch. And now I am free to start installing the new LEDs. Alright, I'm going to be using shrink tube, wire, solder, new battery pack, new switch, and of course the blue LEDs. First I need to go ahead and find out where I'm going to have the blue LEDs, and then I'm going to drill holes. Alright, I found out where I'm going to put the LEDs, and I went ahead and I drilled holes. Now I have to go ahead and solder on the lights to the wire and feed these LEDs to the holes. There we go. I have all the LEDs soldered onto the wire. Now it's time to go ahead and put it into Daemon. Lights are in. Now I have to go ahead and attach the switch and the battery pack. The switch and battery pack have been soldered on. Now I've got to put them back. And that's it. Batteries are back in the pack. Switch has been screwed in. And it's time to test them out. Whoa, that is much brighter. Yeah, that's much more brighter. Dang. Now, as you can see, there are 3 spots. All I have to do is I have to go ahead and sand those flat. The round dome is what gives them that spotlight. But the more I sand them flat, the more that would disappear. Yeah, that is definitely much more brighter, and only off 2 AA's with 6 LEDs. Since the ground effects lights are all in, I still have more blue LED lights, so I'm going to be planting 4 more to highlight the tires. Alright, I had to take Daemon apart. I still haven't drilled the holes, but I did attach the new LEDs. Turn it on, 2 in the back, and 2 more in the front. I just got to drill the holes and put them in. Alright, there was the 6 that were underneath, but now there's one of those on each side and one of those on each side. The next thing I'm going to take care of is the motor head sink. A couple upgrades ago I put this on and I quickly took it off. The reason for that is that these ridges were rubbing up against the cables and tearing them up. I don't need that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to file down one of these sides so this can easily fit underneath the cables without messing them up. So let's get it filed. And there we go. A little bit of filing and it's ready to be put back on. Just like that. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get the motor back in. Now I don't have to worry about that motor head sink messing up the wires. Good. The next upgrade is there's these, well actually they're like metal rings. It's where you can put bearings. And that is the upgrade. I'm going to put bearings in the front wheels. So I get to take off basically just the caster block. With the caster blocks removed, I can now reach the bearings. First, I'm going to go ahead and clean these up. Alright, now that these have been cleaned up, it's time to take it apart. So I'm going to get a flathead screwdriver. Pry it open. There we go. A lot of dirt and grime always gets in here. Never looks too good. Ugh. Pull out that pin. Now this can come right out. It does not look clean at all, does it? Get a paper towel. There we go. Alright, and these bearings is what I'm going to be taking out. A couple of washers. Alright, and I'm going to be taking those out. Alright, so let's get those out. This is going to be a pain. I guess it's not that big of a pain. Voila. That is what I'm going to be replacing. This is not a bearing. It's literally just a solid piece of metal. So the wheels don't spin as good as they could. Well, at least using these. So go ahead, pop out the one on the other side. There we go. Ugh. That's why it's a good thing to keep these lubed, since it's metal on metal. We can go ahead and take that one apart and bust out the new bearings. Alright, everything's been taken apart and cleaned up. Now you can really see the difference. Solid piece of metal compared to a bearing. That inner cylinder rotates within this outer cylinder because there's little balls that look like BBs within this blue part. So it can rotate much easier. Very simple to put back together. Slide the bearing in, both sides. Get the pin, slide that through. Get a washer, put that on. Get a little bar, that goes in that hole. Now for the fun part. Get the hex nut, slide it on, and it has to go perfectly on there and snap. And that's it. Do the same thing again. There's 1, 2, arm, washer. Oh, get in there. Bar. As you can see, there is a slot for that little bar. Line it up, slide it in. Bam. That'll rotate much easier. And it looks better too. It's time to go ahead and reattach the caster blocks. And that's it. All of it's been reattached. Now these tires can really spin. And spin. And spin. Wonderful. Alright. That's it. Let's go ahead and check out the lights. And that is Daemon's level 20